Hi, in today's video, I want to talk about a topic that we touch upon quite rarely, but it seems so important. And it is how and why we spend money. Have you ever looked at your bank account and thought, where did that money go? What did I spend it on? This might be for you then. Most of our money spending actually isn't rational. A lot of it comes from impulse and emotional behavior. For example, have you ever caught yourself ordering food on Uber Eats and thinking, am I really hungry? Or looking for something such as ice cream or cookies to justify some sort of emotion inside or push it down? Or have you ever been on a splurge where you're buying things or caught yourself in patterns of compensating yourself with short-term gratification? Then this might be something to look at. I think in one way or the other, a lot of us have some loops around spending that we want to investigate a little bit more through this video. Some researchers like Dan Ariely have studied this. It's called predictable irrationality, which means that we're actually not making money decisions on rational choices, but on emotional feelings that are driving us. So what is behind this and how can we get on top of these impulses around spending? I definitely have seen myself getting caught by them. And the first one is deserving spending. I've had a tough week, I deserve to have this. Or, I really hit a milestone, let me buy myself this. Without thinking of the rationality behind it and having a plan for, let's say, the dollar or euro you're spending. So that's the first one. Then the second one is lifestyle inflation. You either get a pay rise and you think, wow, now I can do this with my life, that with my life, I can spend on this, let me go on this great holiday, without thinking of the consequences of that. And the third one is really living in the present moment and not planning for the future. This one is called present bias, where we're really spending the money today, for example, on concert tickets, on trips, on a football match, but we're not thinking about the future, such as investing or the long term of our lives. So we're really in these ones looking at short-term gratifications, filling up emotions, experiences, but not planning for the long term ahead and what that future might look like in our lives. So having looked at these common spending traps, the three I just mentioned, what can you do to stop these? And a lot of my clients, what I suggest, and I've definitely done this myself, is writing down everything I've spent in a week. And behind that, the feelings you have when you're spending. So what is going on when you buy a certain thing? Either you cringe or you go and oversplurge. I've really seen these two patterns, like some clients really looking for the cheapest thing in the supermarket or then splurging on something at the end of the week to feel better, or sometimes clicking on that Amazon buy just to feel a gap. I had a client who told me she was almost buying something every day on Amazon or ordering something to her house, and she had to stop herself to see what the pattern was behind it. So first, you notice that you're spending the money. Secondly, you notice the emotion behind spending the money, which is the next step, because what is that spending filling? And oftentimes it's a lack or a deeper sense that you want to fill up within you. So once we can get on the head of that, we can start tracking the patterns and making changes. What a lot of my clients have found by tracking it, that they saw themselves spending due to certain things, either stress or boredom, through anxiety. I had one lawyer friend who worked a lot during the day. So at night after her kids went to bed, she would be online shopping because she just felt like that compensated for all the work she did. So finding those patterns out are the ways that you can rewire those habits in your life. So let's talk about what you can actually do to stop your habits now. And the first one is cutting the apps. Taking out the fast pay apps on your phone, taking Amazon off, let's say, or if you've got apps such as Zara Home, which I had clients on, taking those out to be able to get on top of the habit. Another one is the 24-hour rule. If you really want to buy something, wait for 24 hours and see how you feel the next day. Is it still something you need? Is it really something you want to get? Or was that just an impulse that was driving you to buy that thing? And finally, set yourself goals. Oftentimes when you have somewhere for your money to flow, it gets you really excited. Like, I want to save 1,000 euros to go on a trip to Japan. Or I want to put this aside for my emergency fund. Or I want to get myself a bracelet that's X amount. Start putting money aside so you can start tricking yourself into things that you do want to cut down on those impulse buys. Find another way to change your habits. So for example, if you're scrolling on Amazon or scrolling to buy things, maybe go for a walk in the evening, read a book instead, drink a glass of water or wine for that matter. I don't know, finding a way to re-trick your mind out of that sensation and that habit that's been driving you around spending. So oftentimes money is not about spending. It's not about money per se, but its spending patterns therefore are not at all linked to money. There's so much more. The emotions behind it, the self-worth, what you're filling up. And once we can identify the patterns, we can shift those. So this video is not about judgments. It's not about, saying I'm doing this, I'm overspending. It's about getting on top of your patterns, your beliefs, and flipping these. Because so many of my clients recently, and many women especially, have come to me exactly for this reason of overspending. So I'd love you to understand what is going on, how you're looping it, and stop that looping to change your future. We're not here to judge you. We're not here to say you've done it wrong. But if there's something you want to rewrite, by identifying the pattern, that's the way to go forward to rewrite your story and open a new path around your financial future, especially around the tricks that you have around spending that keep you in the same loop. So track what you're spending, get curious about your emotions behind it, make it harder for yourself to spend, and set yourself goals where your money can flow. And remember, have fun with this. Don't be hard on yourself, but explore a new path that can really set yourself up for a new financial future ahead. Remember that this is not about guilt. It's all about growth and transformation. If this inspired you at all, please give it a like, share it with some friends, especially who are overspending. Let's rewrite these patterns. Let's start building your financial future and using every dollar and every euro in that direction to build that future that you deserve so much. I've got a few free resources below. Please feel free to download them. I'm so excited that you're in my world, and I can't wait to share my next insight in the next videos with you to come.